Here's the Veto Pro Pac MB3B bag. I'll just show you how I have it loaded up. It's on the back. Tablet. And I'll just start on the sides. Pretty much on the right hand side, I've got, my needle nose, wire cutters, crimpers, everything. I've got a big 8-inch adjustable. I've got a small one. These two I can use for taking off a gas line. This little one I can use for taking the set screw off the blower wheel. Both of those, and then sometimes you need to get something weird. Sometimes a screw, just nice to have a little Nipex adjustable. Sometimes the gas line's a little bit bigger, so I might use that to hold it. But that's what I have on the right hand side, and I've kind of gotten to the point where, based on how it's laid out, I know where everything is. I can just grab it. I'll show you on the side here. So I've got two small little thermostat screws. They're flatheads. One's pretty small, one's a little bit bigger. Sometimes thermostat screws are really tough. You gotta use the tiny one. Sometimes on a contactor you can use the bigger set screw, or the bigger screwdriver. And then I just have a small little Phillips head. And then for AC season, I pretty much just keep this in the bag now all the time, just because there's a lot of heat pumps now I'm in Southern California. This is a regular Schrader tool. This is a torque. Basically, this is set in here, so when you twist it, it's torqued down to a certain point where it will just click, so you don't over tighten a Schrader tool. And then there's a bunch of different locking caps that we have out here in California. One's the regular key. This is for R22. This is the key for 410A. And then some assholes decided to make a third kind, which is, there's your regular Schrader, and then this is, I don't even know, it's from JB Industries, but just a weird little hex key that if you don't have the tool, you ain't getting that thing off. So that's why I bought this. So those two are there. So I can pretty much get off any Schrader tools. And I'll go on the other side. So on this side, I've got 3 screwdrivers. This is my daily. I use this to pry things open. I like this one a lot better than, I pretty much upgraded from this to this from my 11-in-1 because of this right here. Almost got electrocuted, so I decided to buy this because it's got an insulated shaft as well. And I hardly use this thing. I use my drill for the hex bits. I hardly use this thing anymore, so I upgraded to this. It twists. And now you got two. You got a flat head and a Phillips head. I love it. It's great. And then I just in case, you got my little adjustable 5/16 quarter inch. And then I got a little UIE thermometer. And then just because I'm always trying to wipe things down, wipe the unit down, wipe the cobwebs out of the unit, wrapped it with electrical tape, just a regular chip brush. And then we've got just a toothbrush from Walgreens just to get into those little areas, just clean it up nice. So that's everything I got on the sides. And I'll show you what I've got inside my pouch. So when you look on the inside, I've got my drill, I've got my light, and then I've got my meter, and then down here I've got my amp clamp. So everything goes in there just like that. Put that back. And I usually carry, this is how it usually looks. I usually take a rag, fold it up, and then I got a pair of gloves as well. As much as people make fun of me, I use knee pads, I use gloves, I don't care. I usually just throw that in there. That's what my bag usually looks like. And then in this little pouch, we've got 2 pairs of jumper wires, one big, one small. Use the big one most of the time, but sometimes you got to jump out a heat pump or 2-stage valve. And then these are for my meter. These are little pins for basically getting in there and checking DC voltage or checking little baby pins. So that's what I use them for. I hardly use those either. And then in the big pouch, got a Sharpie, that same knife I showed you, the non-voltage contact, and then another knife. This is an actual just Milwaukee box cutter, utility knife. And then I'll show you what I have down in this pouch. Down in this big pouch, I kind of just throw things down there. Hardly ever use it, but I bought this. This is a really nice tool. It basically will take your drill and make it into 90 degree. So you can get pretty much any angle from here. I've used this quite a bit since I've got it. I don't really think I would have used it as much. And, oh, I forgot something. These little extenders in that first bag. Sorry about that. This one, just really long. What is that? Probably fucking 12 inches. 12-inch extension. And then this extension, sometimes you just need a little bit of bend. And this thing's pretty durable as well. But it just doesn't really do those tight 90s. That's why I got that other 90-degree bit. And those things just get tucked in there. Put this back. And then, same thing, I just have that other thermometer, zip ties, and my level. Usually check your pans and make sure your thermostats are installed level. And then the last pouch. So I've got some sanding cloth. This I use for, I don't really use it on flame sensors. I use it for blower motor shafts. So when I'm trying to pull a wheel, take it all apart, I'll use that to score up the motor shaft, and then I can pull the motor off easier, get off all that rust and gunk. And I still have those same two little stubbies, switcheroo. And then here's where I carry most of my little, I've got, these are from Mini Splits, Mitsubishi. These are some little, like, random fuses, so I always carry these because they're just a pain in the ass to find. Oops. And then I got just a couple 3-amp fuses, a couple 5-amp. And then there's one other pouch. I'll show you what I have loaded up to that. And this is actually how I have this is my bag I take every day. So then, in this little pouch right here, it's kind of like my screw pouch. So, I try to carry a couple things. So, I carry 2 of all the big wire nuts, and then 4 of the little blue ones. Just throw them in there just to have them. And then I've got a couple extra bits. I've got a bit that goes in the Milwaukee Phillips and flathead. Got a little drill bit. Usually I use this to drill a hole into the plenums to stick my thermostat, or my thermostat. And then I've got another little flip bit. That's a 3/8 and 5/16. And then I just have a little, longer one. And that's what all goes in here. And then literally just a whole bunch of extra random screws. I'll show you all that. Random screws that I find, extra that other guys left behind. So literally just a whole extra set. Oops, not this one. So I don't use. Yeah, just old terminals. I just throw them in there. So if I need a screw, I might have one. And that's my bag. That's pretty much it. In furnace season, what I usually do for the M2 bag, like right now, here's how I'm rolling for heater season. Carbon monoxide detector. I've got my FLIR camera, and I've got a camera. It's a wireless one. It connects to your phone. It's got 2 cameras, and I use that to inspect heat exchangers and coils. So that just gets thrown in this bag for my extra detailed inspections, like this, just like that. That's pretty much all I carry. If I'm doing like a gas line repair, I'll take this stuff out, throw some gas lines, like dope. Enjoy it. Don't spend your money buying all these extra tools, all these extra bags. You can literally buy 5 tools and be good to go. Buy a little MB bag. That's all you really need. A lot of this stuff is redundant. But again, I just like being prepared. I'm that guy that has extra tools. I probably fill up the truck twice with all the extra shit I have in my garage. But thanks for watching.